Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Elizabeth for you who are new to this channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And today is going to be something different, something nice. We're about to do a Q&A. I realized I started YouTube and didn't really explain who I was, what I was coming to do, so I think this is just a little insight. I put a poll up on Instagram to ask you guys of a few questions that you want to get to know about me. And I have some of them over here, and I'm going to read some of them and answer them. And yeah, we'll see where this goes. All right. The first question was, what is your government name? My government name is Ahomuza Elizabeth, but everybody, literally everybody, knows me as Liz. So I prefer to be called Liz. Yeah. And the second question was, tell us about your favorite childhood memory. Now, I feel like I had such a good childhood, so I don't really know what to pick and what not to pick when it comes to my childhood. But one thing is for certain, one of my greatest, fondest memories were when we used to go to Uganda as a family and just go trip and stop different spots, Kawari, Mbara, and just take like a week of travel with my parents and get to see all my other cousins. And then this cool thing used to happen. They used to kill like a goat or a cow, and then we'll just sit and make nyama choma. It was really nice. It was just one of those things. And then another fond memory that I have has to be one when I was in S1. I went to a school that I necessarily didn't like, and I remember this one day my dad came to the school, and I just remember ball crying and him telling me, listen, don't need to pack anything. Don't pack anything, just get into the car, we're going. And for the first time in my life, I really felt like someone had my back. And I feel like that's one of the biggest things that has ever happened to me. And that really defined a lot in my childhood. I knew that there are certain people that I could count on, i.e. my parents. So on to the next question. If you could collab with anyone, who would it be and why? Now this one, I also have a couple of people that I have in mind. Definitely Nyonyozi Prim is up there. I think she's so funny. I think her energy is just top tier. That is what I want. And then there is Tracy. You guys, I've always dreamed, this is a little secret, I've always dreamed that we'd have a podcast with Tracy. So you guys go tell her that this is happening, We're building this friendship and it's going to make us money. So yeah, I've always felt like if I was to start a podcast, it definitely would be with Tracy. However, I think the bar is a little too high, so I need to, even it out fast. There would be such energy. There was so much energy, actually. I think would need someone studying down. I agree. But other than that, I really feel like those two people, top tier for me. Oh, also, I would kill for an opportunity with Murugi Munyi. Of course, don't need to explain that. Next question was, what is the most unexpected piece of advice you ever received? Piece of advice. One thing is for certain, I feel like I receive a lot of advice because I'm sort of on the people-pleasing side of things. So I tend to ask, like if I want to do something, I tend to ask several people before I start. But anyway, to pick out one, I'd have to go with be intentional. Life is a two-way street. Yeah, what you give is what you get. I feel like that spoke volumes to me and still does to this day. If you put little, you're going to get little, you get. So I feel like I still use that motto to this day. So yeah. And next, what is the most unbelievable yet true excuse you have ever given for being late? Unbelievable yet true. I think I have a couple of those, but I'll say two. There's one I actually dreamt that I woke up, went to the place. Like in my head, I had a feeling that I was in this class. You get? And then I wake up and I was sleeping like it was a dream. I was not in class. So to explain to the teacher that, I felt like in my dream, it was true, like I was in class. Of course, nobody bought that. Literally nobody bought it. But that was the truth. I actually had dreamt that I was in class. And then the other one has to be I had been chased by a dog. Till this day, my mom doesn't believe it. And I came back home late and I told her, you have been chased by a dog. And she was like, there is no way. So till date, I think those are two most unbelievable, but yet that's the truth of what happened. Yeah. Next, if you could go back in time, what's something you would do differently? Now, this is a little sad, but I lost my grandma a while back, and I sort of feel like I didn't do the best in trying to, build that relationship and just make it stronger. And I feel like if time was to go back, I definitely would have taken more time to, I don't know, called her more, reached out more. I don't know. I feel like there's something that I did do enough. I know, of course, it wouldn't have stopped her from passing, but I feel like she would have left me with some valuable, should I say anointing? That could help you get. I don't know how better to explain that, but I feel like I should have taken a little bit more out of her. And I feel like I did do that. So it's always, it's a very touchy topic. But yeah, I feel like that's one thing. If I could go back in time, I'd definitely do my best to build that relationship even stronger than it was. If you could ask your future self one question, what would it be? It has to be, does it get better? Do we get a child? Do we get a husband? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I just want to know, that curiosity of you want to know what is there for us after this. Like, do we become rich? Are we still broke? You get, do we content create for a living? What do we do? That kind of stuff. I feel like I would definitely want to know, what are we up to now? So that's definitely what I'd ask my future self. Have you ever fallen in love? Now, I don't know. I feel like, of course, everybody has fallen in love, but is it really love if we're not married? Is it really love? I don't know. To a degree, I feel like, of course, I have fallen in love and out of love. And I don't know if out of love is a thing, but I feel like I have fallen in love and fallen out of love. And one thing that has taught me is time heals. Sometimes you think, oh, my chest is convulsing and things are happening, but the truth is, after some time, it gets better. It gets better. And yeah, that has been a very tough thing to understand and live by. So I'll just skip that. Next. What is the wildest thing that has ever happened at a wedding you attended? The wedding didn't happen. I went to a wedding dressed up and the wedding didn't happen, you guys. Like, we reached there and the lady said, excuse us, there's no wedding today for several reasons. So yeah, the wedding didn't happen. That's like the wildest thing that has ever happened to me. I've not been to a wedding where someone says no. I think that would be mind-blowing. I don't wish it on anyone, but that would be nice to see, So, but the wildest thing has to be that the wedding didn't happen. Of course, for very big reasons. And yeah, so the wedding just didn't happen. Next, if you could tell your past self one thing, what would it be? One thing. It would definitely be that we eventually get in tune with who we are. We're still working on it, but we eventually got there. We got to a place where we understand what we love and we fight for it, and we've come to an understanding of who we are, and we're doing really well. We're doing really well for now. Yeah, so we're doing really well, and I would definitely tell her to, keep the faith. Yeah. Next, if you could ask one question to an all-knowing being, what would it be? I'm thinking all-knowing being, you guys mean God. Because I don't believe in anything else but God. An all-knowing being, what would I ask? I would ask, how can I get it right? I definitely would ask that. Like, what's the remedy? And please give me the remedy. Like, don't just tell me, oh, you need to sell all the things and then heaven is yours. No, I literally need it. Like, tell me what exactly to do. How do I get all of this together? I would have to ask why we go through what we go through, and death, to be specific. I feel like that's something nobody ever gets used to, and I'd ask why. Like, why do you have to grow old and die? Or even young people are dying. It's just death in general. I'd want to know why. Who thought that was an amazing idea? Yeah, that would definitely be it. And then what quote most resonates with you? Quotes. I am not a motivational speaker, so I won't have them right. But a quote that resonates with you most. It has to be seek knowledge and serve. And I know that that's a primary school motto for most of you who went to primary together, but I really think it's seek knowledge and serve. Like literally, that's what we need to be doing in this life. Seek knowledge, use that knowledge to serve. Heaven is the goal. That's what I think. And next question. What song do you want to be your first dance at your wedding? I'm sure more songs will come out. Last year, I really thought biblical would be what I would want. And then I changed my mind. I still like Fast Dance by Ed Sheeran. Please listen to it. I think it's such a really emotional. I would have sung for you, but this is not like sing song session. So reach out to me in my DMs. I'll sing for you gladly. And I think for now, it has to be Fast Times. Right now, it has to be Fast Times. Last year, biblical. I still like biblical. I'm sure times will change and some different song will come. My wedding song. So that will be updated. And then next, what career path are you on currently? So currently, I'm working in the education sector. I'm a headmistress. No, I'm lying. I work with finance. I do coordinate parents' finances. So basically, school fees, uniforms, blah, 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 everything money. So basically like an HR, but for two schools. One is called Star School and the other one is called CSK. That's what I do currently. I'm working on a few things of my own because I've never been a 9-to-5 person. Not there's any shit towards 9-to-5 people, but I'm always on the creative side. So I want to stick to that. I want to get deeper into that. So I also do YouTube and content creation most actively on Instagram. I'm trying to get active with YouTube as well. So that's what I do for now. I do want to get into radio as well. So just to throw that out into the universe. Next, what genre of music do you like best? So I like reggae. To be specific, the old kind of reggae. Like love and affection. Na, 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 na. You know the song, Love and Affection, Fresh Up? So I like such kind of music, Bob Marley, like, that kind of old reggae. And then I currently am obsessed with soul music. Anything with a storyline that is slow, that is speaking to my soul, yes. So I listen to Chimera. Most of them are Ugandan artists. Chimera, he has like a really good song called Slow Down. Please listen to it. It's like amazing. And then there's several others, but yeah, I'll share with you some of those eventually in another video. So tell us about a dream you have. I have a dream to start a restaurant. I'll not get into details about it because someone could take my idea. It's not yet in place. I'm not yet ready to fully share about it, but it's definitely a dream I have. It's always been something I've wanted to enter into the hospitality industry. So that's definitely a dream that I do have. I also want to start making money off content creation. So yeah, that's definitely also a dream that I have, that I can do this full time. Next, if you could choose a brand new name for yourself, what would it be? I won't lie, I actually like all my names. Like, I'm actually impressed with Homoza Elizabeth. I think I would add my father's name because I think all of us don't have our family name, which is Rusengo. I think I'd add that. But then I can see the logic because once you get married, you take on your husband's name. So it doesn't make sense to have all those names. So yeah, I definitely, if I was to I would add a name rather than get a brand new name. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's about it. And we're going to wrap it here. Thank you for coming to this video. Please drop down any more questions that you have that you need me to answer for you, and I would gladly answer them in detail. So yeah, let's chat down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you. Bye.